A very good morning, dear students. Welcome to e-learning classes of Sacred Hearts of the subject Economics. Dear students, in the previous lecture, we have concluded our chapter number 2 out of statistics, and the name of the chapter was Collection of Data. In the previous chapter, that is the chapter number 2, we have discussed about the different methods of collection of primary data, in which we have discussed about the personal interview method having the three sub methods. Thereafter we have discussed about the questionnaire and schedule method. Thereafter the third method was the telephonic interview. Thereafter we have moved to the secondary data. Then we have discussed that secondary data can be collected through two sources, published sources and unpublished sources. And in the published sources we have seen a lot of options were there, such as government publication, semi government publications, trade associations, research institutions, newspapers, journals, magazines, etc. And thereafter we have discussed about the precautions while using the secondary data, such as the objective and scope, accuracy, method of collection, situation and time period, and so on. And at last we have discussed about the two major sources of secondary data in India. That is the first one, Census of India, that is a decennial publication, that means published in the 10 years. And the second one was the reports and commissions of NSSO, National Sample Survey Office. Dear students, today we are again coming to our the first part, that is the introductory microeconomics, and in this we are going to start our third chapter, that is the consumers equilibrium and utility analysis. So the very first topic will be the meaning of consumer. So dear students, as we have discussed earlier also, but again we are going to discuss, a consumer is an economic agent who uses goods and services for the direct satisfaction of his or her want. The particular person who uses the goods and services for the satisfaction of wants is called consumer. But we are having a wrong conception that only a human being is called consumer or single person is called consumer, but it is not like that. If we talk in the real terms, then consumer consists of, it can be institutions, it can be the individual, or it can be the group of individuals or households. So the concept of consumer is far broad in the context what we used to think. Now the next topic is the concept of utility. Now what is the meaning of utility? So see over here, consumption of goods and services leads to satisfaction of human wants. Whenever we used to use the goods and services, we get some sort of satisfaction, and that satisfaction is known as utility. So simply it can be defined as utility refers to want satisfying power of a commodity. Now the next topic is the measurement of utility. If we talk about the measurement of utility, then you will find out there are two different concepts of measurement of utility. The very first is the cardinal approach, and the second one is the ordinal approach. If we talk about the cardinal approach, so according to this approach or measurement, whatever the satisfaction we are getting from the consumption of goods and services can be measured in the terms of utils. So whatever the utility we are getting, whatever the satisfaction we are getting, we can measure it in the terms of utils. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. And if we talk about the second measurement, that is the ordinal approach. So according to this approach or measurement, utility cannot be measured, but whatever the satisfaction we are getting, that can be ranked, that can be given preference, such as high, low, good, bad, first, second, third. But according to this concept, we cannot express the satisfaction in the terms of numbers. See a note over here, beta. In this chapter, we are going to discuss the complete chapter on the assumption of cardinal measurement. So that is why the name of the chapter is Consumer Equilibrium Utility Analysis. That means we are going to analyze the chapter on the concept of cardinal approach. Now see the next topic, concept of total utility and marginal utility. Total utility is also known as TU and marginal utility is also known as MU. The very first is the total utility. So it refers to sum total of utility derived, that means received from the consumption of all units of a commodity. When we have consumed a different units of a commodity, so whatever the total of satisfaction will be there, that will be considered as the total utility. You can see example, a particular person is using 2 units. By using of the first unit, he is getting the satisfaction of 10 utils, and by using the second unit, he is getting the satisfaction of 9 utils. So in this condition, the total utility will be 10 plus 9 is equals to 19 utils. Now the next concept is a marginal utility. So it refers to additional utility on account of consumption of one additional unit. So by consuming one extra unit, whatever the extra satisfaction is derived, that is known as marginal utility. For example, when a particular consumer is using 10 units, getting the satisfaction of 100 utils, and by using the 11 unit, he is getting the satisfaction of 105 utils. So whatever the extra is there, that is a 5 util, will be considered as the marginal utility. You can see a formula also, mu, that is the marginal utility, is equals to TUN of corresponding unit, minus TUN minus 1, that means the previous one TU. Now relationship between TU and MU that we are going to discuss. So see over here, the very first point, whatever the points I am discussing, that can be cross checked from the table as well. Okay? The very first point, as more and more units of a commodity are consumed, marginal utility derived from each successive unit goes on diminishing. When we used to consume more and more units, we see that the value of mu keep on decreasing. So we can see this in the diagram in the table number 2. As the units are increasing, the mu is continuously decreasing. Dash 8, 6, 4, 2, 0, minus 2. It is decreasing. But the total utility increases up to a limit. Total utility initially increases to a certain limit only. For example, 0, 8, 14, 18 and 20. Till here it is increasing. So it is the first point that is proved through the table. Second point, as long as the marginal utility of a commodity remains positive, till the value of mu remain positive till 0, till the mu value is 0. What we can see? We can see that the value of total utility keeps on increasing. So till the point mu is 0, the value of TU increases. The next point, where marginal utility is 0, where mu is 0, it can be seen at the 5th unit of quantity, 5th unit. So the value of TU will be maximum. So whenever the correspondingly the value of mu is 0, then only the TU will be considered as maximum. So TU will be considered maximum in the 5th unit. And the last one, when mu is negative, we can see in the last step, the total utility starts decreasing. We can see that from 20 to 18 it starts decreasing, and the same can be seen with the diagram as well. The G is the particular point where TU is maximum, and when TU is maximum, the value of mu is 0. This is also known as the point of satiety and the point of saturation. So this is all about today. Today we have discussed about the meaning of consumer, the meaning of utility, the measurement of cardinal and ordinal utility. Thereafter, the concept of utility, that is the total utility, marginal utility, and the relation between TU and MU. This is all for today. God bless you all.